You've come to the right drum and bass radio station. It's me, the always cool MC Codebreaker. On the mic, playing that beat. The mood is rising. You are now officially locked into MSX FM, broadcasting live from the deepest, darkest, coldest corner of Liberty City, Shoreside Valley. Here you will find a wild, aggressively cool mix of drum and bass. Unlike the boringly glamorous brassy FM, you want trance and fancy lights, go find Rise FM. You want depth, danger, and definition? Stay locked right here. When the sound, this signal, this frequency is not on your dial, you find us when you feel the bass shake the pavement. Welcome to the underground. The Jackie Chan got talismans. I got drum patterns. Manchu precision codebreaker delivery. He don't fight for fame. He fights for balance. Just like this bass line. Boxing, nah. This is frequency combat. Manchu certified. From temple halls to urban nights. Boxers stance in city lights. One fist, no mercy. Manchu Boxer style activated. Gloves off, that's raw. Ancient moves on jungle floor. Fist to the rhythm, kick to the pace. Manchu style in your face. Catch this rhythm, this feeling. That you are on MSX FM. land in the monastery, and it strikes with fists of snare. He don't bob and weave. He drops the beat and makes you leave. No belt, no rules, just punchlines on metal tools. Kung Fu meets chaos. Codebreaker in full horror-core mode. This ain't no classic Kung Fu flick. This one's undead on the decks. Risen from the best line grave. Kung Fu kicks in undead rave. Midnight Heat Summer 200. You ain't sleeping. You tune to the bass. This drop's so slick. Even Batman asked me for the beat. Codebreaker don't play tracks. Codebreaker drops dimensions. MSX FM. You ever the sound hound? You ever hear feel sound feels like a memory from a dream you never had? This is that sound. June, July, August. Makai on rinse, veil on lock. You're locked in with Codebreaker. Left from the veil. Please you now in. This one's crawling out the graveyard. And it brought drums. Check from the dark side. Style from the tomb. This is a zombie with jungle boom. No pulse, no fear. This zombie is mixing loud and clear. Brains, nah. This beat eats subbers. Zombies don't run. But this one, it rains. He spins, he moans. He breaks your bones. With haunted tones and haunted drones. Kicks fly crooked, snares hit raw. Zombie DJ set in war. Each claw strike a vinyl spin. Jungle beasts don't play to win. This ain't freestyle. This is Tiger style. Straight from Kwangtung. Inhale with bass, fang bite snare. Tiger Clan's already there. Please you now, feel that drop. That's not a beat, that's a warning. You're now inside the still zone, where silence means danger. There's no going back. You tuned in, you heard it, and now it's in you. Leader, 10 Tigers, I'm gonna match the rain. Stripes of sound and then hurricane. Lead you now in the sound. Growls in rhythm, roars in beat. They hunt you down with concrete feet. From Kwangtung Hills to Liberty Walls, 10 drop strikes and no one stalls. You feel that roll. That's Saba's fury from the Jungle Clan. Ten masters, 10 styles, 10 drops of damage. No tiger stripes, just scars from battle and fast. 10 9 tigers, one rhythm, full discipline. This ain't music. This is a kata in bass and breath. The earth holds the weight. The wind carries the rhythm. The fire strikes. The water flows. The metal kills. This is 5-element ninja. He appears when the mask drops. He vanishes before the snare hits. This is MC Codebreaker, silent guardian of the veil. While others dance, we disappear. 5-element ninja, only the trained hear this level. 5 elements, 5 styles, 1 of rhythm. Ninja moves on beats. And no, in case you're wondering, I got nothing to do with the Yakuza. Just because this beat cuts like a katana doesn't mean I work for M. MC Codebreaker moves solo. This ain't stealth. This is spiritual warfare. Earth, water, fire, metal, wood, 5 elements. 1 ninja beat. In the sewers. Nah, we rabbit in the storm drains. GMS, nah, TBMB, tactically brutal neural bass. Codebreaker arrow shredder. Simple math. 10,000. Sun's down, pressure's up. SFM's in your mind, not on your dial. Ninja moves in waves, not words. Echo drops like shuriken birds. Shinobi sounds encoded in bass. Codebreaker certified. You don't see this drop. You just feel it and bleed. No motion, no mercy. Just 5-element rhythm tactics. 5 styles clash in coded rhyme. Silence cuts the deepest time. Snare slice wide pace. Ninja rhythm leaves no trace. Metal speaks, fire breathes. Fast flows like falling leaves. From a hidden dojo, through shadow beats, elements walk on stealthy streets. One-handed bass, drunk style flow. Iron Monkey steals the show. Lopping in the mix, but fists stay hard. Monkey bars, jungle guard. He moves like a joke, hits like a god. Iron fists, but monkey mind. Watch this beat flip. Fast hands, loud laughs, monkey madness in the mix. Balance, nah. This one's got tomfoolery. He flips the beat and skips the snare. Tricks and flips fly everywhere. Ooh, jokes on wax, moves on blast. Monkey madness built to last. banana kicks and Kong, full bass, iron paws all in your face. They said Pikachu got sparks, we got some shocks. Even Static Shock can't handle this voltage. One drop, 7 strikes, Dragons awake. Every hit lands heavy. 7 blows coming in stereo. You can block the beat, but not the dragon. Dragon turning fast, dragon tonight. The 7 styles, all fatal. This ain't cinema, this is best line combat. 7 strikes in 7 bars. Dragon drops with ancient scars. Dragon don't roll, it drops. Flames on decks, scales in phase. He breaks the beat with mystic blaze. Spits no fire, spits the truth. Rhythm rain from Dragon's tooth. and now it's high. He don't fly. Pounces low with 7 strikes. And one that blow. His breath's a sop. His claws a snare. Beware the 7th blow. Beware. Nothing breaks this track. It breaks you. From the bell bunker, we stream invincible frequencies. Blocks the drop, absorbs the rage. Invincible in vinyl cage. You can't touch this and not cause a copyright. This ain't cloth. It's soundproof skin. Armor forged from beats within. Swing that sword. Won't cut me deep. I'm dressed in bass. I cut in sleep. Feel mine. Subshell soul. This is Invincible Armour. Metal mind, no breath to break. This track don't bend. It only takes steel toned flow, never cracked. Rhythm raps like chainmail tacked. Eyes wide, mind sharp. The sound moves fast, and only those locked in can ride it. Makai's pressure rolling through your bloodstream like liquid steel. No schedule, no station ID, just deep, intelligent, timeless DMB. Broadcast to those who know. Bass lines creeping like shadows at night. Drums cutting like whispers in dark alleys. Pouring the sound from the shadows of the Vela, where concrete meets cows, comes the stealth transmission. They try to block it, jam it, erase it. But MSX FM keeps coming. Unfiltered, undetected, undeniable. Watch the silence, it's fate. Please, you know the sound. Prayer to rhythm, claws to snare. She's in the mix before you're there. She waits in stillness, strikes with grace. Mantis bass, no wasted space. Codebreaker certified insect warfare in 170 BPM. MC Codebreaker on night duty. Stealth business, no witness. Slow stance, fast snap. Mantis mode enabled. Mantis knows where to land. And she don't miss. She don't strike first. She lets the beat blink. She listens more than she attacks. But when she drops, the city cracks. Knees bent, arms raised. Mantis flow got heads dazed. Don't blink. She's past your guard. Soft as touch, but hits so hard. Behind the veil, the signal speaks. No name, just echo peaks. He ain't revealed. He's revealed in bass, a shape beneath a coded face. Silence masked, voice compressed. This drops his only real address. Hidden identity, unhidden sound. You're not beneath the mask. You are the mask now. Ain't no Y2K bug stopping these beats. This is pirate time. Certified pressure era. No Bluetooth, no stream, just static hissing savage drums. This is how Libby listens in the summer of 2000. It ain't noise. It's codebreaker frequency, encrypted for your senses. Ill skills on remix. Codebreaker on intercept. This voice, it's Codebreaker. You don't see me, you feel me. No face, no smile, no fear. Only drums you hear and feel near. The mask don't hide, it channels. Only real ones tune in. If you're hearing this, welcome to the secret level. While you're in the sound, you ain't listening to a track. You're part of a transmission. And transmissions change people. We move in whispers, we drop in silence, and we leave echoes in your soul. No face, no mercy, just frequencies. The signal has already mapped your heartbeat. Don't search for truth. Just play the track, the mask is gone, but beats attack. Another drop, another mission. MSX FM, Liberty's Underground forever. Shadow moves, bass grooves. Cutbreaker's signature, stamped in sound. You just survived 60 minutes of pressure, stealth, and precision. From Shoreside Vale, we thank you for tuning in. Stealth never sleeps, and neither does the rhythm. Catch us again if you can find us. Next time you feel the silence, remember? That's just MSX FM reloading. This is MSX FM, Delft Station, Sound Sanctuary, Liberty's last voice in the dark.